If we were this cool, we wouldn't have to fix the boat. Quick recap. This is the hull of our boat. That's the hole. And that's the water pouring out.
The minnow would be lost. The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle.
If only Gilligan had a hardware store, Professor could have fixed the boat. We needed supplies, so we went to Hertz in Deltaville. Here's a picture of the void discovered in the bottom of our keel. We decided to fill it with a high-density closed-cell foam. I was a little apprehensive about doing this because the keel is supposed to keep the boat upright.
Now up. Down.
Let's face it, Captain Jack Sparrow isn't going to be able to flip our boat over if we screw this up. So I called a friend, Captain Tom, a marine engineer, for some advice.
Let's just put the foam in there to fill the hole.
Okay.
And then fiberglass it over and plan a course to Tahiti.
Aye, aye, Captain Tom. But that trip to Tahiti might include some rough weather, so let's make sure the boat is strong. All right, so the product we're using is, flip that one around, U.S. Composites. This is the 16-pound density, right? Closed cell, high density urethane foam. It is a 2-part system. Kind of goes like, epoxy, right? And this is the other part. So this is part B. Mix both parts together vigorously for 25 seconds. You only have about, what do we say, 30, 45 seconds before it starts to go?
It says 45 seconds pot life, or what's it say, 45-second pour time.
So we have our blender. I love how I think about this stuff like it's in kitchen tools. It's like a little impeller to mix it really well. And then we have our mixing bucket, and it has to be exact equal parts. So Tom's gonna pour to the 24 line. And he's not gonna be all race car Tom. I'll tell you when you're getting close. You're halfway. A little bit more.
I'm actually going to add a little bit because there's residue on the bottom.
Whoa, okay. Next. Okay.
48.
Now the next part, we're going to go up to the 48 line. Tom likes to get, whoa, slow down there, race car Tom. A little more blobs. A little more blobs. Just a wee bit, teeny bit more. Just a teeny bit more. Yeah, right there. Alright, and now we're gonna do the first experiment. Tom made this little chute with a can of Red Bull, an empty Red Bull. I don't know if he actually had any Red Bull. I did. Lately I've been sipping on the Red Bulls. And we don't know how far, we know this void is fairly large because we took that camera picture. Once the foam is poured, it reacts almost instantly and takes about an hour to cure. Once it's cured, you can sand it. All right, so here is that hole with the foam all sanded down and cleaned up. Those little black spots you see there, that's concrete from like the mounds of concrete that were protruding outward.
One eternity later.
There's a few spots that I'm kind of worried about, and one of them is this space that just keeps dripping water. So I decided to pour acetone in there to see if I can't get rid of some of it. In doing so, I created kind of a little device here. I took a little hose, put it into the hole, and then used an old drink bottle to feed through like a funnel. I hope it works. I need to dry the keel before fiberglassing.
Better not hurt my boat.
Or maybe Bob just needs some wheels and stay on land. This is my new friend. This is a little grinder, and this sander, and honestly I don't have my glasses on so I can't tell you, flap disc. This has definitely been the most bang for the buck. And then the other thing that's been really awesome is the Rolox sanders. Not going to show you a bunch of sanding. Nobody wants to see that. I'll just keep you posted. Bye.
One eternity later.
And there it is. The starboard side. Ready to start step 2. Stay tuned.